y'all. I'm still up doing these nails, and I figured I might as well go live again real quick and talk my trash about PB Cakes. I ain't even gonna say his real name because I don't want no smoke from nobody. I'm just some random bitch on YouTube talking trash like everybody else, okay? But, child, I wanted to discuss how the black church holds these bishops and pastors to a standard that some people may not be able to comprehend. And I would not be surprised if PB Cakes don't even get in trouble. Like if this whole thing just go away and things just turn back into politics as usual. Because unless they rub somebody the wrong way. Like if they done dropped some information or they done did something that somebody don't like, that's a totally different story. But if it's up to the people, and especially the black people, because one thing about the blacks in the church that I just wanna say that a lot of them need something to believe in so bad that they will believe in anything that comes across them that they feel is better than them and it's worth believing in. Like a lot of people are blinded by the glitz and glamour and the lifestyle that these pastors be living, and they allow that to jade their judgment in regards to who they are as a person. Now, for me, I don't feel like just because you have nice things that makes you a bad person, or that makes you a person that can't be trusted, or that means that you did something mortifying to get the things that you have. Some people do actually work hard and actually do what is required to attain certain things. But it's when you live a double, triple, quadruple life that after a while you're going to get sloppy and it's going to start to unravel. Or somebody's going to get sick of you and they're going to get tired of pretending with you and they're going to blow the whistle. Or it's just going to be God's timing to show your people exactly who you are. And when I say your people, I mean the people that actually really roll with you like that. And when I watched, like I've been watching a ton of the videos and a ton of the all the investigations that people have been doing on YouTube and stuff like that. And because as soon as something goes wrong, people definitely dig in the crates and see what they can find on you and what you were doing a few years back. And they will definitely pull your card and have you, get all your information, get all your tea from back in the day and bring it back up. And they have definitely found a lot of, shaky information on PB Cakes. Now, I don't know the man. I don't follow the man. I might have seen him here and there on YouTube, and I know that he goes live on YouTube here and there. That's where I would mainly see him at. But I've never been like a follower. I've never been really into his, his form of preaching or whatever he does, because I don't know. I just don't. I'm big on, if I don't like the way you look, I just can't. I'm not listening to you. And something about him just rubbed me the wrong way to begin with, so I never really got into him all like that. But what I can speak on is my experience in the black church and how everybody in the church treats the pastor like they're up here and everybody else is down here, especially if you're just a member of the church. All they care about in the black church is hierarchy. They are only concerned with the well-being of the higher ups in these churches. And the rest of the people, the rest of the congregation could kick rocks, the kids and everybody. Now, let me just share my story real quick, because I knew at a young age that I don't need to go into a church and be around a bunch of strangers and hoot and holler and act the fool to pledge my allegiance to the Lord. Now, I was a teen and I started going to this church with some people in my neighborhood or whatever, right? And the church was actually near my mom's old neighborhood, and so I was like kind of comfortable with it, and I started going to the place regularly and everything. And I was going to I had got on the choir and was doing all of that, and doing all the little activities that they had jumping off at this church, right? And then suddenly, this pastor, he gets he kept calling me in his office, and he kept like trying to get me to join the church and stuff, and he kept trying to like find out information about me because I was new or whatever. And he would just, ask me, call me in his office and ask me a bunch of questions about myself. And I would keep it real surface level because something about it just didn't feel right to me. Like, I just didn't feel comfortable, and I was kind of nervous. So, one day, he called me into his office, and he asked me, so have you decided about, whether you want to join the church or not? And he said something to me, but I don't even remember exactly what he said because it was so long ago. But I just remember him coming up behind me and like putting his hands on my shoulders and like touching me like that. And he was saying, don't you think, like, whatever he was saying, like, don't you think people want to see you join the church or whatever? But whatever he was saying and doing, it just rubbed me the wrong way. So I end up telling the people that I knew, like, listen, the pastor called me in his office and he was saying XYZ, and I just didn't like, I didn't like how he was talking or whatever. So, of course, this goes around the church or whatever. Now, mind you, these people don't know me from a can of spam. Next thing you know, I'm fresh, I'm this, I'm that, and oh, she lying, and why would she say something like that? Mind you, I don't know none of y'all for real. And I was like young. I was a virgin. I wasn't into anything. I just had sense enough to know that the way this man was talking, and he was alluding to something, and I knew that it wasn't right at the time. So I was made out to be the villain for telling. And this wasn't my first experience with dropping a dime on somebody that was doing something inappropriate. And I told that story before on my channel. Y'all can go back and see it. It was about a gym teacher. But y'all can go back and check that out too. But I tells on this man. And next thing you know, everybody giving me the dirty eye. Like I was the problem. And it's just like, yo, I'm a kid. And y'all are grown women. Y'all are supposed to be protecting of the child, not of the pastor. And considering the fact that my actual parents wasn't even going to the church, I was coming to this church with y'all, and I tell y'all that somebody's doing something inappropriate and y'all get mad at me, what kind of sense would that make? I'm like, oh, okay, so I see what's going on here. This ain't my type of party. So I stopped going or whatever, because it's just like, y'all ain't gonna keep giving me the dirty looks like I'm the one that did something wrong. Fast forward to why he gets somebody pregnant at the church, a young girl. See, he couldn't do that to me because I wasn't one of them. I didn't need a coat. I didn't need a bike. I wasn't a scrambler. My parents worked and they bought me everything I wanted, everything that I asked for. And see, I felt like he was trying to get into my brain to try to see what type of lifestyle that I was living so he could see where he could fit in at. And I didn't fall for it. But fast forward to, next thing you know, he had somebody pregnant. So, I don't know what's going on with that man, but I do know that these church people be wanting to believe in these people so bad that they is willing to turn a blind eye, even if they do find out the real information and the real truth. They will turn their backs just to keep that pastor and just to keep that man safe. So don't be surprised if this stuff turns out to be true and nothing happens. Because it happens regularly in the church. And these people that go to these churches, you'll never know how far they'll go to cover for their pastor. And a lot of these people that be running these churches and all of that, when you check their backgrounds, a lot of them used to be thugs. They used to be in the streets, ex-drug dealers. People that was doing, you know, men and women of the night. Okay? Because a lot of times when you talk to these people in these churches and you find out what they got going on, it's like a lot of these people in these churches got problems. That's why they sitting up in here, because they think if they go sit up in the house of the Lord that that's going to change something. And they don't even realize that it's not you going into the house of the Lord every week that's going to make a change for you. You got to change what's in your mind and what's in your heart. And that's the only way you're going to overcome whatever it is that you're experiencing. But people be so busy searching for something outside of themselves that they think sitting up in the house of the Lord is going to do it for them. Or the alleged house of the Lord. And guess what? That place ain't filled with nothing but a bunch of hookers and hoes and drunks and drug addicts and pimps and drug dealers and people that know they ain't no good. Scammers. A bunch of people that know they ain't no good sitting up in them churches. That's why it's always so much to be gossiped about when you go into church, that you can barely get the word because you finding out what somebody else did that's sitting 2 rows back, what they did the night before, and who they was with the night before they came into the church, and who showed up together, and who did what. Like, that's why you can't hardly get the word. Because there's too many scandalous people sitting up in there. And when I had that experience at a young age, and I said, you ain't ever got to worry about me. That ain't my cup of tea. I talk to the Lord on a regular basis. Me and the Lord is on a first name basis. I don't need to sit up in nobody's church. Because a lot of people, all they really trying to do is show other people that they believe in God. Or that they need God. And either way, I'm not here for it. But I just want to tell y'all, because a lot of times when certain stuff be happening, people be so surprised, but it's not. I done seen it happen time and time again. People want to believe in something and believe in other people so bad that you'll never know how far people will go with it. But that's my other story for the night. And I will see y'all next time. I will see y'all in the next live. Or on the street. Or wherever y'all see me at. Y'all better speak, okay? Bye.